Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light intel. And in this video, I have a bunch of things to share with you as far as glitches and cheeses, and these are all going to pertain to farming out the CLOUDSTRIKE, the new exotic sniper that everybody probably should want. It does crazy damage to the new raid boss. And I'm going to get to all this information in just 1 second. But first, I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. I also encourage everybody to go ahead and join the Discord channel if you're looking for any help in any of the activities that we discuss on this channel. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Alright, so one of the major ways that anybody is going to want to really farm anything is obviously going to be the new Empire hunts. The Empire hunts are great. I honestly really love them. They're a great way to farm out materials. You can get the new exotic weapons. Well, you can get the CLOUDSTRIKE, the new exotic weapon, from it. And you also get some really fun pinnacle gear. You can rank it up so that you can get another piece of powerful gear every week. They're great. I really enjoyed doing them. And in many ways, they sort of feel like old school Nightfalls. I'm talking about D1 Nightfalls. Nightfall ordeals really have never felt like a D1 Nightfall to me, but we kind of got close when we would have the variant Nightfalls last season or for the last year. Those were the ones that you could select for certain specific roles on different loot. Sometimes they were good. Everybody wanted the Mindbender's Ambition when that was around. But I like an activity that you can, if you choose, do solo and actually feels, well, difficult. I mean, it's fun to do something that you feel like you have a certain level of freedom in and that you can go completely by yourself if you want. But also, you have the tendency, or a good player will have the tendency, to sort of come up with a new idea or maybe improvise a bit on how to actually defeat a specific enemy. And this week, we have the Technocrat. Now, a lot of people are going to say, I hate this Empire hunt. It's by far the longest. It has sort of a cheeky enemy at the end. Well, you're wrong. This is by far the best Empire hunt to farm, in my opinion. But I'll explain to you why this is my opinion. First of all, the boss. I know this boss you have to phase. There's several damage phases, and then between damage phases you have to run around and shoot those mines that will be floating in the air before you can do another damage phase. But keep in mind, those mines are pretty easy to destroy, and that map where you'll find the boss is actually fairly large. But second, because of a very ridiculous cheese spot at the actual boss, you can actually do this solo fairly easily. Though it might take you a little bit of time, it's actually a very easy boss to defeat simply because there's a place that you can hide that you won't be damaged. And the second is what you're seeing me do right here. This platforming glitch, I don't know if it was intended or not, I feel like something might be put on that platform eventually, is a way to actually bypass the second and third rooms before the boss and actually have to defeat several less enemies for those particular phases if you're not the person doing what I'm doing. So this actually can only be done with 3 people. When you get to this room, have one person run to this platform and then jump up to the actual giant orb area. Once you're here, you got to run back to the section that you would actually enter from normally. Your other two teammates, or one other teammate, will have to progress into the actual room where you triggered the boss, and then a little bit further than that. But there will be a point where the boss will actually just spawn on the platform that you were sitting. You saw it in the first clip. At that point, your teammates will actually be joined to you if they die, or they can run through the rest of this particular encounter or Empire Hunt without actually encountering any more enemies. And this actually works for 1280. It works on any difficulty. There's actually a couple of, I believe, barrier champions that you won't have to fight if this is done properly. And then once you're in this room, head over to this side of the room, and I talked about that cheese a little while ago, and find yourself on this spot. This is kind of a glitch, kind of just a cheese. You actually do seem to clip beneath the map though a little bit, so I actually might say this is a little bit more of a glitch. But in either case, you can hide behind this wall, and though you see me die here, bad example, from these vandals, I was kind of just acclimating to the spot. This was sort of a test, and I wanted to see if you could actually get killed by anything. The vandals will actually be a little bit more of a problem if you're standing on those edges, simply because they have a slightly larger free range of movement, like places that they can actually go on the map, where the boss sort of sits more in a closely guarded track that is specific to sort of the actual middle of the hallways versus the vandals that can kind of strafe off to the sides of the hallways. But as you can see in this clip, once you're back here, there is a spot where the boss will just stand there and not even fire. If you have all three people back here, this is what happens. I wouldn't recommend that though. I would actually have maybe one person roam around, or actually have one person die and just keep their orb right in front of this platform so that they draw all the aggro from all the other little enemies around there. And the boss will just kind of strafe back and forth right in front like you see him doing. And you can just shoot him in the head. He can still hit you certain times when he has the stasis frost that he shoots. So you can kind of get damaged by that, but you'll get out of it easy enough. And there's actually a spot, if you're close enough to the bottom, I'm sort of standing up on the edge of where you want to be standing just to shoot him in this case, but you can actually stand right underneath this particular platform that I'm behind and shoot underneath it. There's actually a gap. You can use this to take out some ads. If you're back there, again, there is a place where you can get hit, but if you just sort of position yourself, you'll kind of know where you can stand and where you can't stand once you're back there. But there are places where if you position yourself correctly, you won't take any damage from anything, even the boss's stasis abilities. So I would suggest just have one person roam around and shoot the shanks in the air that trigger the damage phases, and then just have the other two people stand back here, or at least have one person stand back here. There is another place on the opposite side of this map that I know has become sort of a popular spot when you're up near, it's a top door, but I would actually suggest just staying back here, have one person run around, and if you want to actually do extra damage, have that third person die right in front of this platform, right after they've destroyed all the shanks. The boss will most likely, and all the other enemies for that matter, will just shoot the orb, and you can just have free reign of headshots on the boss. And that's going to be it really for all the information in today's video. Oh wait, one more thing before I forget. You don't actually have to have unlocked Empire Hunts to actually do the 1280 Empire Hunt. On this character that I was actually recording this clip on, I have not actually done any of the Empire Hunt rank up, or the rank up with Varix to get the selected Empire Hunt. I hadn't done any of that. It's not actually necessary. All that you need is one person in your fire team who either has access to it and is ranked up. That's it. So one person has had to have done it, and then if you join that fire team, they can take you in. Even if you don't have access to it, you can still go in, and you can actually still farm out CLOUDSTRIKE this way. That's uniform to all Empire Hunts though, so that's not really specific to this particular one, the Technocrat. But that is why I think the Technocrat is actually the best for farming the CLOUDSTRIKE, using the tandem cliff jumping glitch as well as that wall cheese or wall glitch. It can make it very easily. Now again, we were kind of testing in these clips. We were doing this at 1280 in this case. You don't have to do this at 1280 to farm CLOUDSTRIKE. You could actually do this at any difficulty. At least that's what they tell you. But I would actually think that the harder it is, the higher chance that you might have on a particular or any exotic dropping. So that might add to the chances that you get CLOUDSTRIKE, but that's sort of a little presumption. I don't really know. They haven't said anything that says that specifically. In fact, they've said sort of to the contrary of that, or they haven't said anything at all, which, you know, you can take their silence as either a confirmation that harder difficulty will guarantee you a better drop, but maybe not. Thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end. And for the secret hashtag, you can leave in today's video, leave a hashtag BeyondLight or a hashtag Technocrat or a hashtag CloudStrike farm or any other thing that you can think of relating to this video today. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you next time. Little.